live on the phone. These are static screenshots of how the app looks like. It has 2D, 3D maps. It has voice navigation. It gives you live alerts. You can choose, choose to change your destinations, or you want to avoid particular, detours and things like that. And apart from that, one of the very interesting features in this app is that, if you want to add locations to favorite, or if you want to browse or particularly go across to a destination using a photograph that you've taken, which has been taken through a mobile phone, then that is called photo navigation. So using a photo navigation utility of the app, you can actually go across to that destination, because most of us today carry smartphones. And on smartphones, if I take a photograph, it's normally geotagged. There's a tag attached to it. And if I save that, I can choose that to the folder and go across and to that destination. So quickly showing you this app live, which will be on the phone. So obviously,
we'll just quickly set it up. We're going to take a short commercial break. Raman's going to set up the phone and the app to show you, and we're going to talk about it in more detail. So do not go anywhere. welcome back to the Gadget Show. हम बात कर रहे थे satellite navigation के बारे में, especially which has become popular now, which is turn-by-turn navigation. अभी रमन भाई हमें बताने लगे थे about a specific product which is called Copilot Live, and we're ready for the live demo, Raman.
Absolutely, yes. So अगर आप ये, what I suggest is if you download this app first through iTunes, connect your phone to iTunes and download this app. This is how the app looks like here. As you can see, a red button which is called the Copilot Live. And if I click on this, it launches the app. Obviously, I've registered myself, so you can see it remembers and it straight away says, hello Raman, glad to be of service. Just like most navigation apps, what you need to do is, let me just get the positioning right. What you need to do is basically search for a new destination. And if you click here, as you can see in this particular screen, there are a couple of options. And when you see these couple of options, if you can see them clearly, yeah, it says address. अगर आप जगह ढूंढना चाहें address से, my favorite places if you've added some destinations that you travel quite a lot. Points of interest, obviously, you know, things like shopping malls, you know, things like, you know,
train stations, football stadiums, whatever,
stuff. Yeah. And then the best thing about this app is you can actually, if you store addresses with your contacts, you can straight away go onto your contact book and obviously load addresses from that as well. So this is one of the very good features in this.
Naam ke mutabik. So basically you can save someone's address like, you know, Usman. So you'll go on the thing, click on Usman and it'll take you to my house.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
And then on the, after the contacts, you have something which is called, it says browse map. So if you're just looking at a map, what we are looking at doing is reviewing the app, which is for UK and Ireland. So obviously you can browse the map. There is something called photo navigation, which means if you have taken photo through a camera or a smartphone, and most of these photos get a tagging because of the location tag, you know, it gets captured. And because of that, what it does is the photo that you've taken allows you to go and search or go to a destination using the photograph. So photo nav, and apart from that, you have other things which includes things like coordinates. If you know the latitude, longitude, or if you know the coordinates, you can do that search. So what we'll do is we'll go back and we'll probably look at the simple search, which is the destination.
While you're setting that up, we'll take a quick call. Hello? Yep. Hello?
Yes.
हाँ जी, कौन साहब?
अस्सलामुअलैकुम सर।
वालेकुम सलाम। जी कौन साहब?
जी मैं राशिद बात कर रहा हूँ सऊदी अरबिया से।
जी राशिद भाई।
सर वो इसमें इंटरनेट की डाउनलोडिंग के बारे में कुछ आपसे इन्फॉर्मेशन लेनी थी। हाउ वी कैन यूज दिस सर?
किस चीज की डाउनलोडिंग पे? सर आप जरा सवाल दोबारा से।
सर ये जो नेटवर्किंग की कंट्री लेवल पे होती है।
Right, okay, no problem. शुक्रिया भाई, आप देखते रहें, आप आपको समझा देंगे. So basically the question Rashid poses is about browsing the internet on the phone, which we will get to. अगर आप देखते रहें, इस section के बाद हम आपको समझा देंगे.
Definitely.
Thank you very much for your question.
Right, so we'll go across to the address, basically try and find an address that we are wanting to go to. So if you click on the address, it'll ask you to basically find a particular city. So I'm going to click Manchester itself. And within Manchester, as you can see, there are a number of locations that I can see on the phone.
They're the ones you previously
have been to. So you can either select something new and type it here, or just choose one of the destinations that you've been to before, because it remembers the recent locations you've traveled to. And I click on Berry New Road, which is obviously something very close by to our studio. So when you click on that, it asks you to enter a particular number, and in particular, I'll enter one number, and I click here. And then basically it is loading up. Now this is the basic part of you know, search, put in a destination, place that you want to go to. After that, on the screen, as you can see, there will be a couple of things that you will see. And the first thing that you will see is basically it will say go.
Attention, safety camera.
And basically because it is voice activated, and if you mount this phone onto a particular cradle, if you're, you know, obviously traveling in a car or you're going by phone, you know, by walking, so obviously it then gives you voice assisted commands. And the other interesting thing in this is obviously you can look at the menu. If you click this button here, it says 2D maps, 3D maps. It will show you things like, for example, point of interest. If you want to take a detour, if you want to just look through the map in terms of, if I'm going from destination Cheetham Mill to Newberry Road, aapko straight away wo dikha dega on the phone. And then also if you're walking, That means a lot of us today get lost, or when we are trying to go to a particular location in a hurry, we can't find the street or the location. So what we end up doing is we open up the navigation on our phone, smartphone, and just type the street, and you can just click on walk instead of car or bus, for example, whichever medium you're going by. So car or walk in general. And by choosing that, it basically adapts to the speed at which you are traveling, and obviously guides you as if you're walking. A couple of other interesting features why we picked up this app we looked at was, one is something called the text to speech. And the text to speech basically means you can see the directions on the phone in the app when you're going as written directions, or the application actually speaks out that to you. One of the other interesting things is today we use Facebook and Twitter quite a lot. So if you've started traveling, and if I'm, say for example, going from my house to my parents' house, what I will do is I will put the destination in and I will start traveling, and I can use that integration with Facebook or Twitter, and when I reach that destination, it'll post a tweet that I've reached my destination, or post an update on Facebook.
Yep.
So that's one of the other innovative features. One of the other things on the app which we've looked at and we've liked when we did the review was that the app actually installs on your phone. So it does not need 3G or your data connectivity when you're traveling, and most of the map and the routes are available locally on the phone. So it is stored on the phone. That means आपने download कर लिया है एक बार iTunes में लगा के, and ये फिर आपके phone पे stored है app.
So even if you're traveling along QK, there's certain parts on the motorway where you will lose signal.
Yes.
And, in certain built-up areas as well where there's a possibility of losing signal because you can't get, a good signal. So that way, normally, obviously, with a normal sat-nav, you probably notice if you've got a different one installed on your phone, it will go blank. And then obviously, by the time it's connected back in, you've already lost where you are, and then you have to recalculate. That's another good thing. Even though you said it does not use any of the internet, if you were to use some of the extra features which are associated with this phone, such as the live traffic, etc., it will require that. Though,
absolutely, yes. There are other two interesting things or features which they've integrated into this app. Is particular in one is Wikipedia. So if you want to, for example, quickly search for something, you have an access to search through Bing, which is the search engine, and you also have the accessibility to Bing, the Wikipedia on this app. The other thing that I liked on this app was that when you are actually traveling, there are a certain amount of premium features like live fuel prices. You have things like weather updates, and those are things that actually you can look at within the app itself when you go to the menu. And obviously you can click on some of these options and go to the main menu. And when you reach that particular place, for example, one of the places that I'll go to, and when you reach that destination, you can check out the weather before you're even traveling to that destination. So a couple of features which are available standard when you download this app, and this app is priced on the App Store for £29.99, and there are traffic updates, live traffic updates available at an additional subscription service. But apart from that, some great features which are things like the integration with Facebook and Twitter, things like live fuel prices, so you can find out when you're driving which is the cheapest fuel station to go to if you want to fuel your car, and things like weather updates and access to a search engine. So within the app itself, it's got a good intuitive and user interface. Within the app itself, you have lots of options to navigate to lots of different things. And because I would put it this way, that when I basically looked at this particular app, most of us have smartphones. 1 in 4 users in the UK have smartphones, and some of the navigation apps do come along with the phone itself. I think you're just carrying one device, which is your phone, which is your computer, and which is your navigation as well.
And your camera and many other things.
Many other things as well.
So that's fine, yeah. So overview, if you were to get the reason why you would want to get something premium rather than something free, or maybe not in this case. This one premium, you've got the extra features such as live traffic updates. ये खुद ब खुद आपका रास्ता बदल देगा ताकि आप traffic में ना जाएं. It will tell you अगर आप अचानक you've looked and your petrol is running low, with a few clicks, you can adjust it and it will take you to the nearest petrol station. If you need, cash card machine, you can put that in. All of these features are available in something which you would buy. This is £29 for an app you may think is a lot of money, but what will happen is obviously when if you were to buy a standalone GPS unit, you're looking at even the very, very cheap models, you're looking at something like £40, £50 for something which has the equivalent amount of features with this one has, you would be looking at in excess of £100, don't you think?
Absolutely.
Yeah? So in terms of the price, I think it's a good price. I think it's well priced. There are other ones on the market. Yes, there are cheaper ones. Yes, there are more expensive ones, but it's priced, I think, very fair in the marketplace according to the amount of features it have. Maybe you might not need all of the features, but I feel as though it's there's the good features to have.
Absolutely. I think what we're going to also try and quickly cover is two of the other apps which are free.
Yeah.
Now, this is an example of a paid app, but what we're going to try and do is show you one or two apps which are also available free. And currently, since we are reviewing this on the App Store, what we're going to do is basically show them on the App Store. These are great apps as well, but obviously minus certain premium features and functionality that is available, in some of the paid apps like TomTom and obviously Copilot Live, Garmin. You have loads of brands out there like NDrive, and some of these apps are now available on the App Store at a click of a button. Some of them are paid, some of them are free. One of the other interesting apps which I picked up and which we liked, which we're going to show now, is basically an app called, if I can pronounce that right, WAZE, which is spelled as W-A-Z-E. And if you look at this app, I've downloaded it on my phone already. If I click on this, this is giving you a very user-friendly interface. This app is based on the fact that users download this and then go on a route to discovery. So it has got basic navigation in it, but there are certain routes on which you travel. You'll get bonus points. You'll be given, incentives. And this is an app which is being populated by users like ourselves. So if you look at most of the navigation, it is pretty much similar to other applications that are available in the market. That's the main menu here. And if you click on that, it shows you things like where you want to navigate, certain reports. Obviously, when you want to store your own particular destinations like MyOS, you want to share things. Settings has a lot of applications in it. And one of the key things which it has is obviously things like, you want 2D, 3D maps, you're driving in day, during night. Are you subscribed to any groups? And obviously, things like if you have saved any favorite maps or, things on this particular app. So if I click cancel here, click close. And if I go back to the main menu again, and as you can see, this is the feature which is being populated by us users.
The community
aspect of it. So if you look at this, obviously you can look at traffic jams. You can always, if you're driving and you see a jam, obviously you can live update this app, and it straight away will ask you to basically put in some intuitive feature like, is it moderate, heavy, or is there a standstill? And you can put your comments in and obviously send this off instantly. The other things obviously are things like, you can obviously give live feedback in the app itself, which is things like there are issues with the map. Obviously, if there is no particular road when you're traveling, so you have to say that there is no, or this is the end of that particular built up road. You can update on safety cameras, certain hazards, and lots of other features which are there in this app. So this is an app if you like traveling and if you like discovering. Basically, if you navigate using this app, it gives you a good picture of what are the other users available in that area, who's traveling. You can ping them, you can tweet them, and obviously interact with them. And one of the great apps out there in the market, which is currently free.
Which is fantastic, yeah. So, like I said, the more you use the application, the more the community uses the application, the better it becomes. So obviously, if you're driving along and you see there's a speed camera, but on your particular map that you've got, it's not listed, you will press the button on there which says speed camera, then obviously it's logged on the system so everyone else can see it. So basically it's a community thing. So the more people use it, the more bigger it goes, you get all the data from there.
Absolutely. One of the quick other apps that we're going to showcase is, which is also available free from the App Store, is called the Nav Free. It's got a pretty simple interface, very much similar like most of the other satellite navigation apps. This is how it loads up when you click on it, and it's obviously free to download. There are a lot of premium features in these apps. So basically you get the navigation free, but when you're looking at subscribing to traffic updates, a couple of other things like points of interest, you basically have to pay for it. This is one of the other apps that you can look at, and obviously it's got pretty much simple interface like 2D, 3D maps, voice commands, and obviously if you're driving, it shows you the speed, the destination. We prefixed a destination in this, and obviously has access to full menu options from within the app itself. So you can choose navigate, find, Google search. One of the other things is obviously this is integrated search. So if you're not finding a destination within the app, you can go onto Google search and obviously search within the app. All in all, there are great applications out there in the market. And I think some of the ones like Was, which we liked, which we picked up, was because of the fact that it is something which is socially being used by the